Oh yeah, we see Wadre. He's already on chamber. That was instant.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I definitely expected, but what's the rest of this comp going to look like? I would assume it's going to be pretty standard, actually. Sova probably for Promise here.
And, you know, not playing Sova on Ascent is kind of throwing, honestly. Sova is just such a good agent on this map. Obviously, his recon dart on B is where you usually see him with that Odin right there. And it's just such a good move.
Yeah. But also Bando stepping in for Nexus here as well. I wanted to mention this matchup, if we do get Bando on chamber here for the first time, we finally get the Bando versus Wild Ray chamber. I have to see it. I want him to lock it.
Come on,
I have to see it, yeah.
I gotta, please, Bando.
Because Bando he talks a lot of trash to Wild Ray too, so this is their time. And neither of these teams are those guys' teams too. That's the funny part. They're getting their first matchup as substitutes together. It's too good.
Oh, jeez. No, imagine one day they're on the same team.
Pick it.
Yep.
Pick it. He picked it. Oh,
yeah!
well, chat. Yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. No, all right, this is going to be a banger series. At first, I was like, you know what? This is going to be one-sided, but you know what? I think it's going to be so much closer than probably either of us expect, because I don't know.
Well, obviously, you made me change my pick. Very, very sad about that.
Yeah, a Chamber Wild Ray is very scary. An IGLing Chamber Wild Ray, we'll put it at that too.
Well, I mean, Bando, like you said, he talks a lot of crap. Coming from REBL, which probably talks the most amount of crap out of any team in VLE. So, hey, what if he just comes in and like beats the absolute crap out of Wild Ray? I want to see something like that. That'd be hilarious. And I know everyone would be talking about it for days.
I wouldn't be too surprised. I definitely think he has the potential to do it. I mean, when we look at these matchups, there's so much more, at least from player to player, I think there's so much more even. I mean, you know, we're maybe not Spectrum. That's the lower ranked team. But with all the other teams, I think it's actually pretty even rank-wise, now that I think about it. So, but when you look at the teams overall and the way that they play these maps together, that's where the biggest difference is between these teams. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I don't really know what to think about it. I haven't really seen too much from either of these teams. I haven't gotten to go and watch back their VODs. But I think it's going to be a good series. Obviously, the subs are going to matter. And, you know, there's a lot of anticipation just for both of these teams. Because this decides if you go to LCQ or not. Like, making it to first round of the playoffs, out of the question. LCQ is the only thing that matters to these teams right now. If they even want a shot at making a run through the playoffs.
Exactly. And that's so important in this matchup, especially for OPRITIVZ. This is their ticket in. If there was any chance, you know, that's right now. And, you know, with that being said, right now, similar calling. Wild Ray likes to do this a lot. We see this stack over here towards A on the side of OPRITIVZ. A little bit of a read as to where this is going to come in. And that 0 point does catch a lot of them. And you already see Nexus changing the approach here, going towards Catwalk. With the bomb outside right now, and here's the default coming through. Wild Ray getting a dink onto his head, but landing the headhunter bullet there. It's going to get the first blood of this round.
Well, look at this. Nexus is working down Catwalk right here. Looks like they maybe want to end A. Sova trying to bait out. Look at this. A good shot there. For Promise with two. Beautiful shots right there from Promise. But finally, we'll get traded out here from the KO. Gets two themselves before getting traded.
Spike down mid.
Yeah.
Now it's just Sova all alone right here.
Yep. And you can already see the proactivity coming into this series by OPRITIVZ. You see that fight they were taking over towards Tree. They got the information early A, and the knife actually had them rotate out of that positioning. But Wild Ray getting that opening pick at B, it kind of scared them off of that default a little bit. They didn't even realize that he's the only one playing that site. And they could easily get the players to rotate and take that position. So that leaves Rekips here in a 1v3.
Well, you know, Spike is not for you here. You're just trying to find anything. Trying to get down Wild Ray, but you will not take down the King. And that'll start 1-0. Yep, I'm calling him the King of Chamber. Everyone bow down to your King. We gotta love some Wildre. I mean, you know, there were some good kills right there. Obviously, KO tried bringing it back in. He got 2 important kills, but, you know, it just wasn't enough to secure this round here.
Yeah.
For Nexus. And OPRITIVZ starting off with a good 1-0 start. And most likely will start off 2-0. Look at this. Nexus wanting to play heavy mid right here. Smoke goes down on tree and deep mid. It's just at that immediate control here for Nexus. So they're already pushing deep mid into market and pizza right here. Look at all the map control they have right now.
Yeah. And the look is interesting. It's applying a type of pressure on Wildre he didn't have in that pistol round. So trying to figure out how to deal with it a little differently here. And it looks like the play is coming over here towards defender spawn. And right now it's Promise trying to get rid of the fire there. And Wildre, shots very labored, but they understand where the fight is, and that's in their own spawn. And there it is, Any getting caught off guard here. And so far the tempo looking really good for Nexus here. What a clapback after that first round. And these are the kinds of rounds you need to see. Explosion. Need to see the confidence going early into this game, but Wildre trying to change the course of time. Down to a 2v2, and Asa recovering that Guardian because of the shots early in the round, and a Thrifty comes through for Nexus. Wow.
What a round right there from Nexus. You're on your save, and they say, nah, I'll win. And they go fast on mid, and they gain mark control very fast. And it forces OPRITIVZ into an awkward situation where they're just kind of stuck, trying to see where they're going to go, because they could push into spawn and then head A or surround B right there.
Yep.
And then obviously some great shots to help secure that round, especially from Asa. And look, coming here, Nexus 5 stacking on A here. Should be pretty balanced rifles. Look at this. Looks like they maybe, nope, they say I don't want to fight for this. Very scary. They're all 5 right here. Jet's gonna peek out, gets out barely.
And it's crazy because you see the read here by OPRITIVZ. Once again, it's that 4 stack like we saw in the pistol round. And the shots right now are landing on the side of OPRITIVZ. Really well done there, Breathe and Zayden. Playing around the angles with the close range guns and just holding the choke point. And the Frenzy doing the work. And right now, Wildre gonna catch these rotations off mid. Headhunter in hand, rendezvous available. Right now the fragment comes through. Spot onto him, and there it is. Shot goes down, landing onto Lycra, and only 2 left standing for Nexus. And another clap back here. So back and forth so far.
And you know, that's what you like to see. Are we about to see 2 save round wins right here? Look at this. Wildre has a position on it. TP comes in. Wildre can get a free kill there. Didn't even realize. A 1v4 situation here for Repic.
30 seconds left.
You don't have Spike, and you are surrounded right here. There's really nothing you can do here. Just trying to find something. And I don't think he knows about the jet behind him. Yep.
Yeah.
Can we get a knife kill? Can we get a knife kill? Can we get a knife kill? Nope. Free finds him for the smoke there. 2-1 here.
Yep.
OPRITIVZ taking the lead there on a great save round. And they held sight. And are we going to see one of these games? We're going to see one of these games. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So according to history, Nexus is going to have to win this round, right? Get the back and forth game going.
Yeah. Well, now they're both have pretty much full rifles here. Obviously,
Yeah.
Breathe and Zayden, a Guardian and a Bulldog to their name, but those are really good rifles here. Look at this. Nexus wanting to 5-stack B, most likely hit it quickly.
Yeah.
One way right there.
And situations like this is where the economy starts to stack up for OPRITIVZ. So this is a round that Nexus would have to recover going into this to gain any sort of momentum. And momentum they're looking to get, but Promise. They try to change that there to recon bolts come through to try to get the spam. Shots are labored, but the headshot does still land onto Lycra there. And right now, a 2v3 scenario, but the HP is low here. Ooh, he goes for the over peak, and right now Asa shutting him down. And it's just Any left with Breathe in this clutch situation. 11 HP on Asa.
Well, I mean, Asa quickly bringing that round back in right there. You saw, obviously, a good entry and getting 2. And now look at this. You have a free 2v1 here on Annie. This Jet's it's on the other side of the map. They're gonna quickly. Jet's already on site, and bomb will go down. Oh no, I don't think Annie knows. No, Annie doesn't know. I don't think he does. Just waiting on his teammate here.
He's got them both.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh no, I don't think they're gonna clear him. No, they're not gonna clear him here. Finds one here, could find Breathe right here. Good shot there. Finds 3. What a round! Beautiful shots.
Yeah, crosshair placement really nice there. Able to shut that retake down before it even comes through. And I mean, Hydrox is looking nice so far. We've got the back and forth game, and it's the banger we wanted.
Especially with LCQ on the line. Yeah, you are right. This is the game that we wanted. We wanted this back and forth matchup where both teams are just angry at the other team. And I mean, hey, we just love that. Look here. Nexus looking to taking mid control quickly here. Waldry obviously with Tour de France. So most likely don't want to peek here. Just holding through the smoke. Yeah. Ooh, look at this.
Wait a minute.
Nexus pushing down Cat right here. Oh no, Waldry goes down there. Not gonna escape the jet knives. Look at this. Already deep in market here.
Ooh.
Sleep, brother.
They're deep in market already. Yeah, look at that. They have B side completely clear here. And what do? If you're operatives, they can't find anything. Hoopa with 3. Showing off the aim.
That right there, I don't even know how he gets those 3. You saw where the kills came through, too. All 3 of them were standing there in defenders. Could have taken that shot as he was out in the open, but there's not left clicking there. I mean, that's the kind of round you just don't want to lose there. At least like that.
You are right there. But that first pick on Waldry, it was just like...
Yep.
Obviously, he was good for 1, but Aza just says, nah. Nah. Finds a good kill right there, and look at this. Nexus wanting to play here towards A, going into Omen and Jet, holding this Breathe, hard holding this angle right here. Spando want to take this fight.
He
does.
Yep. Saw him cross.
Breathe just kind of sitting back right here. Jiggles gets out of there very quickly. And it's going to be very, very scary here to peek any angles. Obviously, there's an op for Nexus here in Aza's hands. Very dangerous with the op. Prove it. Shoots for the wall. Hits Breathe, but does not kill her.
And the exec, it looks like it's starting to come in too. And right now, Operatives, they do have the numbers here on the site. And there it is. The flashes come through in the updraft. Asa looking to dance around the site there. Not fancy enough with the footwork. And right now, 3 going down for the side of Nexus. Operatives clapping back super quick into this retake so far. But Lycra, with the op in hand, able to get one down. Still 4 standing, so a tall task in hand. And right now, all the attention is here. And they're not making any mistakes, waiting for any budges on the other side, and none come through. Right now, posted behind the angle, shock darts are going to come through to try to do damage and bait out a fight here, but just nothing in store. Not going to save the op. They're looking to make a go at this one. And there it is. The peek comes through right now. The triple peek from sight. I'm surprised they didn't take him down there, but the op is going to be saved for Lycra. And Nexus keeping that important weapon.
Maybe this guy should be playing Neon with that movement, you know, to get out of that situation.
That lineup almost hit him too.
Whoa, very scary. You're on 36 HP here. You don't want to risk losing, you know, a gun more expensive than my left kidney. So.
Yeah, that thing's oof. 3-3.
Come on, we should make them off more expensive. Not expensive enough.
Yeah. Now, so far, it's looking like the game plan from Operatives is just to play super fluid, right? You can tell that they are trusting Wildray super heavy towards this B site. It's just Wildray really fighting this extremity, and they're just playing fluidly everywhere else with the KO, Jet, and Omen lineup. And then Sova's that player that kind of rotates, the pivotal player in these rounds. So, you know, with that confidence going on to Wildray here, that just kind of shows you the prep that they put in with the sub they knew they were going to have. And that's what changes this kind of matchup. But Nexus are adapting really well to it so far.
Correct, and they have a sub of their own, and you can't forget that. So they've obviously probably been preparing with Bando here all day. Flash is coming in. They're doing so well at taking mid control, and they've done it multiple rounds in a row now. And you know, you want to start trying to build momentum right here because you don't want this even match.
Yep.
We're about to see a push here deep into market. Flashes come in, and they are already in market and pizza. Oh no, look at this position from Asa, playing inside of the smoke. Kind of unpredictable angle right now.
Yep.
Wildre finds one here. Chamber diff right there. Let's look at this. So well alone on site right here. Very, very scary. And we'll find one, but go down. Good trade there from Hoopa. Bomb will go down. 3v4 situation right now. Asa, just an op. Backs off. Could have died right there. Barely gets away.
Here.
And it is very scary here for Nexus. Oh, a good shot right there on Wildre. Pulls him down.
Blocking sight.
Oh no, good find. One! Misses. Breeze finds a good kill right there.
One enemy
Hoopa alone on side will go down. Chamber alone. Tapping for the wall, but cannot hit him.
Yeah. Oh.
And, and wastes the up. Wastes the ult. And it's 4-3.
Yeah, that was a little late, to say the least.
Most definitely late. That was a little bit more than late. Like.
Yeah, the game plan right there, not very well thought out from OPRITIVZ. But, or NEXUS rather. The Hunter's Fury coming through very late, so the plan not really fleshed out for NEXUS in that round. It just gives OPRITIVZ the upper hand.
I mean, look here. Nexus obviously just trying to get rid of this momentum this round. Playing 2 on A, 3 mid right here. Nope, now they've got 3 on A here. Pushing down right here. Very, very scary. What is this? Checking wine. I mean, you do not want to push on to the site. Very scary. You have a Jet, Omen, and KO. Look at how much Nexus spread out as they begin the entry right here. Asa finds one. It's good for 2 right here on Bando. And we'll go down. Bando finds 2 good kills right there. Locking down sight. How? What did I just see? That's like an off-brand super dash.
Yeah, what was
Fight
that
will
one?
go down on B. Oh no, look at this op mid right here. Oh no! Wildre, what the?
Uh-oh.
Well, Wildre, we're gonna clip that.
He's throwing it out. Yep. He said, what a disgrace. I'm getting rid of that weapon. I think they know they can't save that going into the next round, though, so Wildre trying to still go for this one, though, but get rid of the expensive weapon. And right now, as you see, they're trying to make a dance on this one. It looks like they want to go for this. Whether they're just doing eco damage or trying to actually go for the defuse here. See it activating right now. The bullets coming through, but Bando with 3 on the round. That's a 4th one for Nexus. Such a back and forth affair so far.
Yep. And I don't think we're going to see any team really take momentum in this first half. And it's just, they have game planned so well for each other. OPRITIVZ coming in ready to play for LCQ chances right here. So, and obviously, you know, Bando has his ult here. And he did pop it, I believe. So, I don't know. We could see a push right here. Yeah, look at this. Pushing A fast right here. Breeze barely gets out of there. Could have went down. He just says, nah, I'm good. Gets off a site right there. And look at this. They're already on site. Something they're doing so well. It's just getting on site very, very quickly. Bomb already down here. Yep.
With the plant coming down, too. They're already here, though. OPRITIVZ have found the numbers coming towards this retake pretty fast, actually. Right almost before that bomb goes down. And there it is. No command coming right on through, but Lycra to get the spam over there from that jump spot. And right now, they still have Hoopa deal with on top of this generator. And there he is. He goes down. Resible spot here, though. Zayden. Oh, looking to get Lycra there, but it's not going to happen. But the flank from Breeze coming in pretty quickly there. Recon Bolt going to land and getting spammed through there. The last few kills coming in so quickly for Nexus and a flawless.
And you know, he almost had that flank. It's Bando stepped barely in range of his trip, and it set it off there. And it was just so sad that Breeze obviously just trying to make it around barely in time, just couldn't, and it, you know, gave him away right there for Bando. And rep kip right there to find a kill. Now looking here at NEXUS playing a default, something they did here at the very beginning of the game.
Watch this.
Can we see them? And OPRITIVZ, they show this A main every single time. Something they do so well. And look at this. NEXUS already has mid control. They're not afraid to fight for it. Ooh, good kill there from Bando. Asa almost goes down right here. And will go down to the Sheriff. I don't know what I'm watching. Hoopa finds one, finds two right there. And look at this. Asa
Why
is
didn't the
completely
paranoia
clear.
come through first? He had the paranoia in hand, and he just jumps through the one-way there.
Look at this. It's 3v2. You don't have guns. It's going to be a very hard retake here. But in God we trust, I guess. So let's see. Blind comes in. Recon bolt immediately destroyed right there. Don't really have time here to make a play or a big enough play. Good kill right there. Chamber all alone. Peeks through. Will go down. 2K there to end off the round here from KO. And it's 4-6. Look at this. Momentum is in favor of NEXUS.
Yeah, 100%, especially with stringing 3 rounds there. Honestly, so far, I'm not seeing the game plan super fleshed out from OPRITIVZ here. I could see at the beginning where some of the ideas were in the way they wanted to play around these rounds, and I see it's changing up a little bit here. I see Wild Ray towards A, but, I mean, the macro doesn't look very thought out right now. And NEXUS are able to take control of that because the adaptivity is not there. So they're able to just hit onto these sites right now. They're aware that they're playing very slow. And Breathe. Gonna try to be the contact into the play, but getting forced off by the 0 point here. And once again, it's a 5-stack on the side of NEXUS coming towards the B site. Fragment gonna stop them momentarily. No. And there's 3 here for the side of OPRITIVZ. It's a very dangerous affair for the side of NEXUS, so they know that and they have to rotate. But they leave Bomb in B main right now. Very curious approach here. He doesn't have From the Shadows, so presumably they're trying to go for this market control and split the site, but Hoopa's gonna have to stay alive here. And right now, Annie and Promise to hold the site.
Look at this. NEXUS just playing this mid, trying to find a kill right here. A very important kill to then decide where they want to hit. And Annie will find that first kill there. On Hoopa. Bomb is down. On B side, look at this. Trying to force our way into market here. Try and find Spike. And that way they will. I'm going to play backside. A good kill right there.
And that's the kill I was talking about, too.
Oh, no.
That B main kill. He could not have died with that bomb for this round to still be available in NEXUS's hands. And it just forces them in a very awkward 1v3 right now. He's trying to come through towards the angle to do anything he can, but it just doesn't happen. So that's a 5th round recovered for OPRITIVZ.
Last round in the half.
And that's a good round there from OPRITIVZ. A very needed round. They didn't really give them any free ones, and that's what killed them. That's what killed NEXUS. And a timeout here from the OPRITIVZ.
Yep.
A good timeout. As we're just 1 round away from halftime here. It's 5-6. And so far, this game has just been so back and forth, back and forth. We did see NEXUS gain some momentum right there. They won 3 rounds in a row, but it wasn't enough. As you know, we could see a tie half right here.
Yeah.
And maybe even an overtime performance?
Maybe. With the way it's going now, I think so. And OPRITIVZ looking to throw down the wild card with this timeout right now, and I think that's what they're going to need is a pace change. A lot of these rounds are playing very similarly to the pace that they had in Pistol, and NEXUS are showing that they're adapting to that, but, I mean, the game is still so close, so it's not even very indicative of the full success that they have right now. I just think that a lot of rounds are just being traded out, a lot of gunfights. I think there needs to be some set plays on the side of OPRITIVZ to get ahead of what NEXUS are doing, and that's these 5-stacks. One of these extremities are going to have to be fought for each of these rounds. And it's the last round to really make it happen, too, though. So I want to see that come through from their side. Gain that confidence and momentum going into the second half for Pistol, because you don't want to be down this series like ever if you're OPRITIVZ.
No, because they are just switching over and over right here. Obviously, Bando comes in with the ult. And looks like they want to play mid right here. Can be very easy to secure mid control there with the op. Hoopa finds a good kill on Zayden. And Breathe backs off the angle. Look at this. Quickly pushing onto A. We're gonna see off battle. Wildre with a good shot right there on Aza.
He peeked ahead of the Owl drone. Just a lack of discipline there. And we were talking about that in the game with Spectrum and Rendezvous. That lack of discipline takes you down. You got to wait for that Owl drone to clear him out. Because going against the chamber, he's going to stay posted on that off angle, even with the Owl drone, because that doesn't block his sight. You can swing into him if you want, but he'll still kill you.
Yep.
Smoke or something
no,
there. He's going to peek again. Dry into it. And Wild Ray's so good for it. He knows you get a kill somewhere, you repost up somewhere else, and they're just not expecting it because they don't have the util to clear it. But this time, finally, a smoke to come through to block that sight line, enabling them to get across. But right now, they have Promise on this site, on the side of Operatives, to deal with. Promise looking to do the damage. There it is, the shrouded step to come through from Hoopa, and right now his teammate pushing the site. Lycra coming on to the angle. The shots are very labored, so Lycra going to recover that one. And Rekip's taking one down of his own for his troubles. And Operatives only with 2 left going into this retake. And it's going to be Breathe and Any. But the null command comes through, and right now mitigates any utility usage. And there it is, Lycra to come onto the angle, get the first fight, but Breathe taking him down. REBL position, but a quick reposition here by Breathe. Gonna have to go for this round though. It's the last of the half, but Rekip's good for the kill there. And that's securing a 7th for Nexus. Operatives going into the second half without the momentum.
Well,
I got your backs. Just
in a game like this, you
from the front.
really needed that round right there. Because if they just go back and forth right now, it's going to be 11-13.
Yeah.
So you need to find some momentum. And Operatives, they have only stringed 2 rounds in a row this game so far. Only once have they been able to do that. And that's what has them down here by 2 rounds. They're still playing a very competitive game, but they're going to have to win a few rounds right here, especially to start off the half, tie it back up right here, 7-7. And look at this.
And this is a very similar look so far in this pistol round that Wilder is used to in his calling. Is going to default with the chamber towards one of the sites, but you see them on the side of Nexus already getting ahead of this. They know the calling style of Wild Ray. So you saw the anti-stratting coming through there, and right now they're going towards this A site. The 0 point going to confirm the presence towards tree, and there's the dash onto the site by Breathe. And right now, Hoopa doing good damage through the smoke there, and Rekip's to follow it up with a headshot. And that's 2 of his own with the Sheriff there, making it look really good. Super steady with the crosshair there, making this so possible once again. And going into the Zayden, pushing the heaven positioning. Bando just not aware of that one in Wild Ray to clean it up. 3 on the round. What a pistol, and much needed for Operatives.
You are correct right there. You stole every word out of my mouth that round. Well, I mean, Wild Ray, he got a big pick there on that lurking jet mid.
Yep.
And, you know, that obviously put Nexus down numbers. A good time out here from Nexus. You know, get a quick breather here. Obviously, they don't want them to catch any momentum here in a game like this.
Yep.
So.
And that's a good point. And for those of you watching, both of these teams, they only get 1 timeout per half. So we're in the second half of this match right now. So Nexus are investing into this timeout very early. Only the loss of the pistol was enough for them to use this. So certainly definitely going to cook something up here. I'm guessing some sort of anti-eco. They want to get the second round win because they do not want to give any sort of momentum to Operatives. So it looks like on just round 2 of this half, they're trying to stop them in their tracks. But this also gives time for Operatives to discuss as well. So, you know, we're going to see some crazy counterplays coming on both sides, but that's what's definitely being discussed in this timeout. And investing in it so early like this, it's risky, but it can be very rewarding if done right.
You are correct, you guys. We will end off the timeout. And looking here at this pre-round from Operatives. Obviously, Wild Dre, he's doing what he does every single time, and that's lurk. That's lurk.
Yep.
And
look how passive it is this time, too.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, not used to this team. Just don't want to take any dumb gunfights right here.
Yep.
There's just one on site here. Hoopa will get detected. Okay, here rotates, begins to come in. Flash, having to back off right here as they begin pushing on a site right here. Gonna get shot here from behind from Breeze. And Promise finds one too. And he's pushing tower. Breeze find another one. Could he be good for 3 right here? Bando backs off that angle. It's a 2v4 situation here for Nexus. Obviously.
And so far, the approach is so awkward too. You can see them both trying to grasp at anything here. This was the round they used this timeout for, so you can see them not really happy with the plan and the way that it went. Operatives able to still recover that second round. And going into this bonus, I'd be a little nervous because, I mean, Operatives, their money looks damn good. So going into this bonus, it's not really that much of a bonus. They've got 3 Bulldogs there, 3 full armors on their side, and they can even, you know, they could say screw the Sheriff on Wild Ray and grab a rifle there. So this is a much more even round than the regular bonuses we see because Operatives did so much damage in those round wins in this half. So the momentum shifting right now going into this half, and that could be very scary for Nexus.
You are correct there. But, I mean, a Stinger is pretty much a rifle still. So, Odin spam comes in. We have to back off this angle right here. Good shot there from Bando. Denying them onto sight. And Bum is in the middle of sight. They just cannot get it right here. Some good spamming. Now it goes quiet on the rest from front. Ace up from behind. Finds a kill there on Promise. Finds another one on Wild Ray.
The jump spot reload.
Situation right here. Finds another one before getting brought down. Bohupa comes in right behind him to help secure the round. 7-8. Nexus securing the first round of the half right there.
Yeah. I mean, they proved me wrong there. I think that was definitely a round Operatives had a really good chance, especially with the economy that they had and the guns. It was much more even, you know, economy-wise and gun-wise than it usually should be in a type of round like that. But Operatives, or Nexus rather, making really good work of that. So that's a clapback you have to see if you want to be them. If you don't want Operatives to run away with this one. But going into this is our first true rifle of this half. So I do expect the game to shift a little bit here. And as I say that, there it is. The plan's shifting towards A right now, trying to find where that lurk is. But Wild Ray, because he's so passive on the angle, they're just not aware of how it goes. But they know that's not where the numbers are because that's a very common style for Wild Ray. All 5 out here towards the B site. And they're looking to shift the attention, but because of that information towards B main, Hoopa is able to come into this mid position and get ahead of it there. Ooh, but the overpeak. It's an overzealous plan from him there in Lycra. Not able to follow up here, but Breathe. Pushing into the angle, catches him out with the fragment. And right now, that's a free A site for the side of Operatives.
And as you're saying this, you're seeing Nexus starting to rotate over right here. Look at this positioning from Breathe. He wants to take this gunfight. Just dashes away. Couldn't hit the shot right there. Would have been a big kill. It is a 2v3. Still very winnable here for Nexus. Just playing nice and quiet here. Clearing out everything. Sova with his loud feet pushing up. They're just gonna have to peek right here and try and find something. Peek through. All hiding right here. And Bando's not gonna be able to find anything right there. And it's 8-8. This is exactly where Operatives wants to be. Obviously, you started off the half winning 2 in a row, makes it, you know, a tie game automatically. And now we're just gonna see this back and forth situation like we did in the first half. So that my friend, we could be on track for overtime.
That's true. But so far in this half, I mean, if you look at the scoreboard here, Operatives are winning the round they need to. They got pistol, recovered the second round like usual. Losing the third round, their bonus, but they give the clap back in that first rifle round. And that's actually just all you need to open up a half for yourself. Now, if they get this round, we can assume that things look scary for Nexus. But again, both of these teams are showing they know what to do when they have that gun disadvantage. And I'm pretty sure that 0 Point itself confirmed 3 people on the side of A lobby, and once again we have a round where Wild Ray is just lurking. This time, look at that. The owl drone to come through. They're aware. They know the style. And that probably tells them they're aware of the presence over towards A because you see 4 here from Nexus.
Oh no. And we have scary push right here. They just back off the angle right here. If they were to rotate right now, they would have been completely, almost like a B site. And that they will. But look at this. It looks like KO maybe has the read right there as they're pushing down fast mid right here. Headed towards market. Gonna be very scary.
Bando
misses the Marshall shot. Would have been a good kill right there.
30 seconds left.
They're gonna push on a site here, playing boathouse. Very, very scary here. Oh, we'll go down there. Good kill there from Zayden. Trade start coming in. Another good kill there from Zayden. Before being traded out, and it's a 2v3 situation here. Bomb will go down here. As it all goes quiet there for a second. Good kill there from Waldre. 2v2. Lycra and Hoopa all alone right now. Good, found one, but we'll whiff on Annie. They'll make it 9-8.
Yep. And this is the round I was saying, if operatives get it, this half is looking in their favor. That's 4 rounds recovered out of 5 in this second half so far by them. And you can see they're starting to find the groove. But see, the crazy thing about these rounds, Hydrox, is that Nexus have a read on the way that operatives are playing the early rounds. And once again, we have Wild Ray lurking towards this B extremity and 4 players towards A. And Nexus last round, they knew this setup because you saw the Aldrone come from Cat to look for the tour de force at tiles, and they found it. But the rotation came through and they hit the B site. But this time, he's ahead of it. You see them changing the setup every single round for Nexus to deal with this default that they're trying to do. The 1-0-4. And right now, they're going to have to regroup off this.
I mean, looking here at operatives, they still want to hit B, and Nexus aren't budging. They are not budging here. And look at this. Banner's push up mid right here. TP's out. Jump peeks right there. Just look at this, pushing down Cat. Looks like they maybe want to end A right here. Good K on Knight. And look, it's just Omen alone in tree right now. Operatives just playing so quiet. Yeah, they definitely will. About to flashes come in as they're pushing deep into tree already. I don't think they cleared them.
30 seconds left.
No, I don't think they know. Good kill there from Hoopa. Finds Rev goes down. Another one. Good for 3. Hoopa 3 down. Finally promise with a good kill.
One enemy remains.
And cannot
wow.
find anything.
Yeah, that's a clapback of the century right there. That's a retake that Nexus needed to find because operatives were really starting to run away with some momentum here. So definitely getting into the board on this half with 2 rounds. But so far, operatives still have the dominating lead in terms of the round differential in this half. And that's very indicative of what they're able to recover this round with the rifles. They might have lost that round, but they still have an even rifle buy here. Presumably Wild Ray going to buy Breathe here.
Well, I mean, just looking here from
He's going to go for
operatives.
the Blade Storm, okay.
Hey, I mean, look at operatives. They've done this pretty much every round. They 5-stack A.
Get out of my
A
way.
lot right here. Obviously, backing off. Look at this. Already on site. They have the read. And all goes quiet on the rescue front right here. This Bando. Wadra just backs off that angle right here. It's like maybe they want to fight for mid right here.
Yeah, but this space that Bando has towards B is giving Nexus all of the information in this round. So Nexus know where the hit is coming to because of that. All that space being taken, so they're able to comfortably play the site because they know where the hit is coming. Wild Ray to land one down and Breathe. Dashing right there into the Cloudburst to Asa to help him out right now and Breathe. Left on an island on the site here, and it's just Promise. In the clutch situation with the Guardian. 1v4 here. Asa gonna go for the jump peek, but getting landed on the bullets behind from Bando. And he was on that flank the entire round too. They had the information. This time you can see that it didn't work because Wild Ray didn't have that lurk presence towards B. So they didn't have the passive information of that possibility.
Need a drop.
You are completely correct here. And that's a clapback round here for Nexus, and you needed that one. They've won 2 in a row now as we're seeing this momentum flip. Just like we did last half. You can definitely see them take back a controlling lead right here through this. Operatives wanting to play for mid. Asa misses a shotgun re-peek. Flashes come in. Misses again. cannot be missing those. Not a pretty situation here for Asa. And he'll miss again and goes down with the op. Not
And I
pretty.
like
Bando.
the macro. This round, you can see what they're going for as well, Operatives. Wild Ray, he hit his rendezvous at the very start of the round this round, outside of B, and then went for a repeat, assuming he's trying to bait that lurking chamber sound for the side of Nexus to pull rotations, and you saw them playing passively outside A this whole round for the side of Operatives, because they're trying to bait Nexus into that proactive play, because they know where the hit is, where chamber is at. So you can see where the adaptations are coming from and the kind of rounds Wild Ray is trying to paint, but so far, it's not really shaping out for them right now. I mean, it's a 4v4 here. There is one low on the side of Nexus, but they still are able to confidently play these angles because not enough passive information was gained in order for them to really think the hit was coming anywhere else. Lycra with the spams through the smoke, and Hoopa still sitting onto the angle here. And Zayden going to clap back, but he's not aware of the positioning behind him, but that dark cover gave him a window of opportunity into this tree room. And right now, aware of at least one position here, and he's looking for that lurker. You could tell he's not aware of the other positioning. Gets that shot there, but Bando to land the immediate trade and 11 on the board for Nexus. And that double digits closer and closer, inching their way to that 13. And it's getting scary for Operatives.
And that, you are correct here. Operatives, they got to lock back in. You know, they started off this half very strong, storing back into this game. And Nexus just said, nah, we aren't worried about it. They have a demanding 3-round lead right here. It's just not going to be pretty. Still winnable here. Just got to keep your mental up. Look at this. Operatives playing towards B right here. Smokes goes down as they're playing deep in B. Knife also goes down. It's
They're
like
waiting for
they
the
want to
fight.
push.
Look at it.
Yeah.
You can see Bando coming over here towards B main. And right now, they're not aware of that lurk presence, but he knows it. Wild Ray does it every time. And that time, Bando winning it out once again. And we were talking about that matchup, too, before the game, Hydrox. The chamber v chamber.
Oh. Look at this. Bando can find 2 right here. And finds 3, actually.
Down mid.
Makes it very unwinnable here. And looks like we're going to go to match point.
Yeah.
We are at match point. This game has taken a turn here for Operatives. They just cannot secure, and obviously calling that timeout, very, very worried. Good timeout.
Yep.
And you know, right now, they're just losing aim duels after aim duel, and some great strat, and some great adapting here from Nexus. They came in prepared for this game. I mean, what do you think, Robbie?
I think that I definitely see the prep work from Operatives. I see how they're kind of moving around. And I would assume it's Wild. I've been saying Wild Ray, but I actually don't know who's IJailing. I would assume it's him, though, because a lot of the plays that are happening, you know, seem very characteristic of him. And so the adaptations are good. I think they're definitely utilizing that substitute role very well, but Nexus have the read on it. They have so many rounds now, and there were rounds they didn't capitalize off that read. We saw it, even that round where Wild Ray, you know, he had his trademark towards B main, he had his rendezvous set up for tiles, and he had the rendezvous, tour de force posted up towards catwalk, but they used the owl drone to clear him out. That's how you know they're aware of the positionings. Usually teams don't go for that kind of thing. You know what I mean? That kind of play where you have 2 standing in tree, and the owl drone comes out towards cat looking for tiles, and you know the other 4 are A main, because that's how they played at least, what, 4 of their rounds so far on the side of Operatives. So it becomes readable at a certain point, and I think that they're going to have to adapt in this round. It looks like a quick hit, and this is what I want to see. A quick hit. Oof. Tour de force posted up by Bando here, and this is the kind of round that we've been talking about. Switching it up a little bit, changing the pace. It's going to have to go faster here for the side of Operatives. They're going to have to catch them off guard, but right now they have rekips on the site to deal with. They're trying to find and sniff out the tour de force. He's going to go for the shot, and it doesn't land. But still, rekips on the site to be dealt with. The owl drone to come over. He gets the tag onto him, almost gets the shot, but does not land it. And Wild Ray gets a trade of his own, and so far, Hoopa way too over-aggressive going into this one. So they're a man down. And right now, one to deal with that main, and Bando going to go for the peek. And a nice shot there landed. And we have 3 sitting here on the site. for the side of Operatives. If there's any time they have to do it, the time is now. And there it is, Pando clapping back there. Zayden left on site here with any. The shots come through, and the 13th round on the board for Nexus. The cleanup, and all the bodies fall.
GG there. Oh, Bando having a little bit too much fun today.
Wow.
Defenders win.
And what a game here. Map 1, 9-13. Nexus takes it away. Just as we predicted. Just much closer than we thought. Just much closer than we thought.
And being on the side of Operatives, you wouldn't want to be in that position because this is a series you need to win if you actually want to stay out of the LCQ territory. So right now, they're going to have to make a reverse sweep happen if they want a chance at playoffs.
You are right here. And you never want to be in this type of situation, but it was Nexus map pick. So, I mean, you were expected to win on that. And we could definitely see them come into this, second game ready. And we just got to give compliments to Redkip. 19-11 to support his team. A insane game. There from Necrit.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
I cannot
honestly,
say
folks,
your name.
Rekips. But honestly, and he came out MVP that game as well. I feel like we didn't say his name that much that game, but definitely a silent top performance in this game. And once again, Wildray for his team at the top, while even trying to handle, the strategy into the game. And it just wasn't enough to catch them across the, finish line. But honestly, these adaptations coming in from Nexus, this is what we didn't see against Zeta. I mean, Zeta were able to run all over them, the other day. Yesterday, that was actually. And I see adaptations in Nexus gameplay that I didn't see yesterday against Zeta. And right now, for Operatives, it makes it scary into this. But there's good looks from Operatives as well. So going into this next map, I want to see that flesh out a little more. I want to see more confidence. I think they were playing a little too slow, a little too often. Playing slow is fine. Push and pull the rotations. Find out where the numbers are. Get the man advantage and push the site where the numbers aren't, right? Or even get the picks. You know what I mean? And that wasn't something we were seeing enough in those early rounds because the confidence wasn't behind the plays. So they weren't able to win those gunfights. They weren't confident in swinging the angles and the support of their teammates. So I expect to see that going into this next map. All right, welcome back, folks. We apologize for that lengthy delay there, but I have good news. We have figured out our player issue, and we are ready to get the action back into play. My fellow Hydrox here did have to bounce going into this map, so it's all good. The show will go on. So we've got Sunset coming up next in a map that Operatives are going to need here. And they do have their player ready and set to go, so we're going to get started with Agent Select in just a moment. All right, so for Sunset, what I usually, expect here is some, Cypher comps. A lot of Cyphers are played on this map with respect to usually, Wildray plays into the chamber here. But he's subbed out here, and they now have their full roster ready to go on the side of Operatives. So I do not expect to see a chamber here, as they do usually play that Cypher. But it looks like we have a Phoenix comp coming into play, and that was a style that Revamp did play in their first day, and it looks like they're going to do it here for Operatives. So we got the Phoenix and the Rays coming through, and presumably with the Gecko Omen. So we're not getting a lot of intel with this comp, right? A lot of times we're used to seeing maybe like a Sova or, a Fade, something like that, paired with this, even a KO. But they're opting out of that secondary, reconnaissance initiator to grab a Phoenix. So I don't hate it, but usually you see that kind of comp with maybe like a Viper, an Omen Viper comp, and you usually don't see Phoenix Rays. So, I like what we're going for here on the side of Operatives with the innovation. Now, for the side of Nexus, a much more standard comp. We've got the KO Gecko, Cypher Omen Rays. This is a comp we see very often in the VCTs in a style that we're very, used to. So I think with this matchup, I'm definitely liking Nexus's comp a lot more, but this is a map that Operatives need. So, I'm excited to see where they utilize this comp, to really, flesh out a game plan to come back into this series. With that coming through, it looks like those are the locks. Timer running out there. We're heading over to Sunset. And as the players get ready to hop into the match here, one thing I do want to say about this map that I expect a lot is that mid control, right? It's so easy to take, from tiles in the way that you fight the bottom mid space. But I mean, on the side of defenders, it is too. Coming right out of market there and taking these early fights. You know, that's something that we talk about a lot in this entire tournament. That's something we're going to need to see. Early fights from both these teams. The tempo needs to be set. Because that last game that Hydrox and I, were casting, there were so many fights, taken evenly back and forth within the rounds, especially in the first half. And with Nexus being able to run away with it at the end of the day, it was so close still in the affair in the early rounds. So in this game, we're going to have to see a clear breadwinner in these rounds if anybody wants to come confidently out of this series going into the rest of this tournament, for sure. And as the players get loaded into the server here, we're going to be ready for Pistol in just a second. But, I mean, the battle of the duelists. I like the idea behind this Phoenix. I don't really know, though. I wouldn't play it personally on this map. Mitigating that second initiator. But, there's some copium in the tank with that. And here we are, headed right into the matchup here. All right, and with only 7 seconds left on the clock before we get right into this game, you already see the game plan fleshed out here by OPRITIVZ. Looks like it's going to be a slow play here with that smoke coming mid. Got the standard Dizzy going over there towards A main. And right now, very quick mid control taken by the side of OPRITIVZ. 0 point going to force the presence off for just a second. But these respective lurks on both sides is what we like to see. And there it is. The first fight coming down, and Hoopa to take him down. And right now, that is Spike in the hands of Nexus. And he's going even further on this. Dark cover to come down. Paranoia to mitigate anything. But we're taking this top position. Going to get hit by the Dizzy. But not backing off onto the angle, and the fight is still over here towards mid. Asa looking for a kill here, and there it is. Comes right on through, and right now it's a 3v3. Kills going across the board, but Hoopa is not shy to this fight towards tiles right now. And this is a fight that he's going to need, and there it is. Asa recovering another one. And right now, going into this, the tempo is so hot on both sides, and yet another trade coming through. But the lurk, Bowblocks, he's already gotten through. And this is the guy that came in back into the team. The sub was here previously in Wild Ray, but Bowblock stepping back in. He's looking to have impact into this map. Wingman gonna get that spike down, and Asa coming into the angle here. And right now they're split up, so there are 1v1s. This is definitely an opportunistic moment that Nexus can take right now. They know one playing towards main here. 34 HP and getting caught in the off positioning right now. And they know that the presence is somewhere else, because he wasn't going to trade his teammate there. And right now, Bowblocks coming onto the angle, but Taco landing the headshot in the first round there for Nexus. There it is. And going into that, you don't want that if you're OPRITIVZ. That's a scary thing to be saying coming into the next map, is a lost pistol round. Because this is a series they're going to need to recover to stay out of that LCQ territory. And with only 10 seconds left going into this round, I mean, I know it's only round 2, but no matter what going into this, the pressure starts to mount at some point for OPRITIVZ. It's a very different look than we got from Pistol here. We have 4 stacked up towards this A site. And Hoopa, the same game plan. The one-way comes through, and he's got the Spectre this time, so he's a little more confident onto the angle. Nonetheless, going to back off of it. And they're looking to push and pull here. Trying to take an opening engagement over here towards A to force a fight to come out from mid. And Hoopa getting that first fight opening, but the trade does come through. He's not aware of the increased presence that they have over here by OPRITIVZ. And that's how you can see that the game plan is coming through. But Rekips with the Outlaw, making really good value out of the weapon. And Promise following up with the shot from the Spectre. And so far, we've got a 3v3 here. Similar agent pool on both sides left into this clutch. And right now, what an awkward engagement there. Just wasn't aware of the fast flank by Asa there, Guardian in hand. But a Spectre on the other side of the wall. And they're just closing in so far. Goes for the jump spot, but gets caught a little too wide. But Taco on the reflank, and another reflank by Bowblocks. What is this game so far?
I have retrieved the spike.
And that's it. You just look at it, and the kills are just going on both sides.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left on the clock. You heard it there from the announcer. Bowblocks, spike in hand. And it's just Rekips looking for the positioning. Looking for any way into this one. And only 13 seconds left on the clock. Gonna have to go ahead and get this bomb down. He's not aware of the
10
positioning, so he's
seconds
gonna
left.
have to confidently get the spike down here. And pretty soon, presence gonna be known. And there it is, first opening engagement. Both very aware of the positioning. And right now, it's whoever peeks first. Guardian in hand, and there it is, the shot from Rekips. That's it. Secures the second round there for Nexus. I don't think the patience was enough there for Boblox. He definitely need to wait on the angle. Whether he was low HP or had half armor, in both scenarios, you can't peek that outlaw because it's just an operator. And so in that clutch, Rekips coming on top because of that swing there. Going into this round now, this is where the rifles start to come out for the side of operatives. And a round that they're going to need to recover. You don't want to get bonused here from Nexus, because that makes this map so much harder. But, you know, resetting mentally back into this, I think that Nexus definitely have a lot of really good plans going into rounds like this where they have the lesser guns. They don't have as much economy on their side. But that type of arsenal has never stopped them from coming back into games like this. Early Dizzy going up again. This time, much more possessive control of this A extremity. And the Thrash coming through. And right now, Hoopa playing the close angle. Ooh, and it misses him. He's going to go for the triple click, but Zayden recovering that kill there. And Lycra, with the instant trade, does get the spike down momentarily. And right now, you see the numbers here for Nexus. They're rotating onto this because the push and the sound is so damning. And it's just enough for them to come into this and even expend a little bit of utility ahead of the retake here. Right now, posted onto the angles. Gets caught out there. Lycra going down, but Rekips making such good work of this outlaw so far. Looking to swing again on the angle, but this time a little too wide. Promise taking him down. And right now, it's going to be Any and Promise left in this situation. Oh, and Lil Bro does not make it across.
Player standing.
Any recovering that one, but the run it back getting invested into this one. And Asa looking to recover a clutch here. And right now, both onto the angle. And there it is. Double peek comes through. And a round on the board there. But that round was so labored. Nexus were pretty proactive to the punch there. And I think those kinds of scenarios are the game plans that you need when you have guns like that. But nonetheless, gonna settle back into this one. With the rifles in hand, with respect to the Guardian on Asa, but he's been good with the weapon before, so. And here we are, going into round number 4 here. This is a scenario where operatives are looking to make their stride on this map, looking to make their stride in this league to make the best comeback from the bottom of their group to going into playoffs. That's the narrative they're going to need to ride at this point if they want to make it look good for them. But the numbers for Nexus are here, and it gets so scary. Lycra even getting that opening, and they're still sending the wingman out for the plant, and it goes down because they don't have control of the site. And there it is. It's a 4v3 right now. Spy cam going to come through, try to find any lurks here, but right now, the bomb is in the hands of Nexus. They don't have control of it here. Operatives going to have to find their way into this one. And with that door being closed, it makes it all that much harder. And there it is. The flash to come through, but the shots are labored. And so far, 3 bodies falling for operatives. And Any looking for the clutch here on only 23 HP in a dream. Vandal in hand, going for the peek, and Rekips to take him down. Nexus with 3 on the map. And you don't want that momentum to go away if you're operatives here, because that's what happened in the last 2 maps, or the last single map, rather, sorry. It feels like we've been here for 2 maps because of that tech pause there. Nonetheless, we apologize for that one again, folks, but I mean, jumping back into the action here, the game is just as exciting. It's almost like the timeout didn't even happen. And there it is, once again, another 5-stack here. And operatives really love these 5 stacks. Paint Shell's gonna come through to take down the tripwire, the Dizzy, to confirm the presence onto the site. Paint Shells to deny the choke point momentarily, but Zayden already forced out onto the site here using the Shrouded Step, the Paranoia to come through, and here's layer 2 of the take. Wingman getting the bomb plant, but right now the fragment forcing him off, and Taco Boy playing through the smoke, and there it is, coming through. Thrash does not land onto him, but the Showstopper does. And that's just a full-on cleanup here for Nexus. They're so ahead of the punch because they know operatives are playing these 5 stacks. And it makes it so difficult Operatives are going to have to go back to that default they were doing before to try to bait and switch these rotations right now. They know the Cypher setup is at B. They're trying to break it down with the paint shells, and they're doing that successfully. But the second layer going into the execute is where it falls short, because Nexus already have the numbers there. They're aware once that noise comes down from barrier, that's where the hit's coming. And as I say that, you see the game plan changing. Look at the minimap here. 4 for the side of Operatives over towards the A site. So they're looking to switch things up, but once again, it is a bit of a stack. So, nonetheless, going to make an attempt at that one. And Dizzy coming through there on both sides. And there it is, Thrash to come into the angle. And right now, the mosh pit to stop the angle momentarily. But the defender's already pushed up in this tiles position, but getting taken down. A nice crossfire set up there for the side of Operatives. You see the adaptation in the mid-round right there. And already, 3 falling down for Nexus. And only 2 left going into this retake.
I know exactly.
A very quick adaptation there for Operatives, and that's what you like to see, because the momentum has to get regained. And as Gecko says it, Thrash rather, is not done with you. Lycra able to take it down though, and Taco approaching the angle here. You see they want to go for this one too. They're not worried about these rifles not staying into the next round. So that's where this attempt is coming through right now. And Lycra desperately grasping at any pick he can get there, any 1v1s, but the paranoia going to force him off the angle here. And Taco going for a peek here. And right now they do have time if they could recover these kills quickly. And right now as this spike ticks down, they're going to have to come into the angles and win the gunfights. But right now, as I say that, Lycra going down, and Taco trying to get one of his own, but Any with 3 on the round, going to secure another round there for Operatives. And what a quick adaptation there, and one needed to swing that momentum back in their favor.
Yes, this should do.
And here we are going into round number 7 already. I mean, this game, folks, the pace, you feel it. Both teams are confident going into this one. And that's the attitude you need going into this, because it's a series you don't want to give up. Nexus don't want to lose because they don't want to get put into a position where there's a tiebreaker. But Operatives don't want to lose because they don't want to go to LCQ. So a lot on the line for both of these teams. And with that being said, here comes the hit. Right now, run it back going through. Tripwire going to be destroyed there. And Taco with a more passive trip there. You see how he's already changing that setup to try to mitigate that push coming through. The pick comes through right now onto Lycra, taking him down. Wingman gonna get the spike down, but they're aware that there's a Cypher still in the site, but I guess Boblox is not. So Taco gets the opening there, and the Neural Theft comes through. And right now, Hoopa on the flank, and all of a sudden, Nexus make it look so damn good. And there it is. Taco with the last kill on the round, and number 5 for Nexus. Wow. I mean, that right there,
Love explosions.
that was a round so much needed by Operatives. You can feel the confidence exuding as they push that site. But that more passive tripwire there on B that Taco placed made things so much more awkward. And you could see it in how they were playing the post plant. They were so afraid to push that backside extremity because they knew the Cypher was still there, but Boblox forgetting the presence of the Cypher, pushing into his classic, and that gives him a Vandal to recover the last kill in the round. And those are the kinds of opportunities you don't want to give the opposition.
Satchel out.
Going for the peak here. An early fight. So you see the chains of pace already for Nexus. And as they don't get that opening engagement over there, they immediately come towards market. And you can see them closing in on this mid position. But as they do that, the push and pull comes through. And Operatives moving into this B site already as they realize they've gotten the success of that push and pull from mid. So the B players were able to speed up into it. And Asa looking to get Zealous through the smoke there. Almost lands too, but goes down to the Bulldog of Promise. And right now, Zayden posted up in a forward position there. Ooh, makes it look dangerous for just a second. The Ghost looking really good, but Hoopa landing the headshot. And breathe. Showstopper in hand. Presumably not going to use it here, though. And so far, it's a much more quiet affair. You hear the pacing slow down here. Oh, Showstopper actually does come through. And right now, they're looking to actually go for this one. And there it is. Tap comes through, but he's so low. He's not able to stay on it confidently. And the Thrash invested into the round is going to secure it there for Operatives. You could tell they needed it. And it was so close there. I'm not sure they needed to use the Thrash. But you could tell that's the desperation they're playing with. They want to secure that round so badly that they invest that ultimate there. Successfully taking that one away, and that's 3 for Operatives. But so far it's not convincing, and that's why that timeout's coming through. Presumably going to reset a little bit here. Right now, you know, the tempo of this game has been pretty fast. Even though we saw, you know, a few defaults here and there by Operatives, it was still pretty fast-paced. Especially that last round I was talking about. They went for a very quick Cypher raise aggression towards B main. Try to get a pick. You saw him replace his satchel, or pre-place rather, and go onto the angle so he could try to go for a pick and then detonate that satchel. Indicative of the way Jets usually play. And with early fights like that, that's where you get information where the hit isn't. And that's what made them rotate to market so early. But because of that noise, the B main players from Operatives were able to push out on the site so quickly. And that opened up that round. But the clapback from Nexus was too strong. So this timeout, they're looking to reset. Had to take a drink of water there. And only 5 seconds left into the clock. Even the timer wants to get the game started. And you already see 3 here. They're going for that same fight at B main for the side of Nexus. But the early paranoia comes through from Operatives. And you see a very quick take of this control right now. Fragment to force him off for just a second. From the shadows. Try to get any information that they can there. But overzealous to the approach. It doesn't work. Rekips and Lycra just going down. The body's falling, but Hoopa, the ghost, answers onto the head of Promise. Right now trying to deny the plant, and there it is. Takes down the wingman, and so far he's done a really good job at stalling the site here to give his team enough time to rotate, so they're able to come into this one, but he gets overzealous there. The discipline was lost, so Taco looking to recover into this one and make a hero play, but it wasn't enough. And then Asa left with a Vandal here, and a Dream. There it is, going for the shots on his Aiden. And the team support comes through, and Operatives landing a quick round there.
You're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy.
5-4 here. And just with the adaptations and the setups from both teams, you can already see the nerves. Breathe, not doing so hot so far. Only 2 on the board this game so far, but presumably a lot of plays moving forward are going to be set up around that to gain that confidence, because we talked about it with all the casters this entire tournament. When your duelists are popping off, that's when the teams are winning. And that has been such a prominent pattern in all the games so far this entire tournament. Run it back, invested into this mid position here, and I like this change-up right now from Operatives. But the mid-trip there. Gonna mitigate that pressure, and Taco looking to further fortify that mid defense with the door there.
Cage trigger.
Fight's coming over towards A, and right now they're just giving them so much sound. And I think Operatives are honestly panicking going into this. As I say that, they do land that shot there. And Lycra once again trying to go for a fight onto the angle. And these guys are trying to make quick work of this so far. And the gap through the cage right there gives that open opportunity. And right now they know it's usually only one to deal with on this site because they killed the Raze. It's usually the Raze Cypher playing here. And they're aware it should just be Taco trying to go for the spray transfer, but gonna guarantee 1 in the meantime. And right now the hit's coming through. Bowblocks with the spike in hand. There it is. They're looking for the Cypher here, trying to sniff him out. And there it is. Taco still gets 1 before he falls. And that's really good to set up an opportunity here for Lycra. And that it does. And there it is, a clutch from Lycra with 3 on the round. What a clutch. I mean, that was in Operatives' hands. The moment they took down the Raze on the side of Nexus, they were very aware that it should just be Cypher playing onto the B site. And as they move into the site, they go down still. 1 of them from Taco. 2 rather, actually. And that just opens up an opportunity for Lycra. And he takes it. Man. Similar look here. Spy cam gonna spot it out this time though. Going for that peek. And there it is. Getting right off the angle. Door gonna get closed here. Zayden getting that kill on that lurk. Does still force 1 to stay towards A. And it's smart that that one is Omen too, because he has the from the shadows. So he's a quick chance of being able to rotate if his team does need him. And you see that he went on to the aggression to just confirm that the hit wasn't there. And there's the from the shadows going to come through. And right now the numbers are here for Nexus, but there's still a wide man advantage going into this for Operatives. And because they have so much time left on the clock, 55 seconds that is, they're going to regroup. This lurk by Zayden is giving them so much information. And Nexus have a read on it. Both teams rotating at the same time, but Operative's going to arrive at the site first. Taco looking to make a hero play to get ahead of this one right now. He does stop the wingman momentarily, but not aware of the positioning towards elbow here. He does hear him finally. Paint shells to come through to try to stop him there. Breathe landing one. And there it is, the second. And that's all they needed from Breathe into this round. And there it is. That lurk from Zayden doing so many wonders for the side of Operatives because they extracted so much information. The first thing he did was lurk early towards A lobby. And then you saw him switch over to tiles while his team went over to A main. Just to reactivate that mid lurk and try to force off any rotations. But instead, he waits late round. And that's what finishes off that kill there. 6-5. Taco definitely feeling himself coming back into this one.
Cover going out.
There's a quick showstopper there. A quick play. But it's very awkward so far here. Asa looking for the opening there and lands it on the promise. And you see it. They're trying to make quick work of this round because they have the gun disadvantage. So you see the hit coming towards them. An early blitz play here, but they're aware Zayden caught into this angle. Going to try to expend utility to take him out. And that they do. He's forced out of the angle. So right now, because of the positioning, look at the minimap. They're so aware of where the hit is coming. So Taco's going to open it up there. Hoopa to find one of his own. And Taco still alive and well on the site here. Looking to tap onto the res there. And right now, to try to use his confidence to stay into that one. And the Thrash forces them off the angle to allow the res to come through. And Asa with 3 on the round, finishing it off with the Sheriff kill. And Nexus with a quick clap back into that one. And I love the proactivity there. You could see it with the showstopper coming down quick mid. And Taco, he was just dancing around the cage over there by B lobby. That's the kind of confidence you need going into defense on Sunset against a team like Operatives, who are trying so hard to control the tempo, but it's not working because Nexus are clapping back. And this is a style we've needed to see from so many teams into this tournament. Oh my goodness. $7-5. Operatives. LCQ is the light at the end of the tunnel right now. They're going to have to recover this pistol to find an alternate pathing, an alternate reality into this tournament.
Cage triggered.
And it's an early play here. Presumably the footstep caught out. And right now the frenzy in hand for Promise. Ooh, Dizzy does come through, but it's so awkward there. Hot Hands going to try to take them down. And Hot Hands does land onto one. And the damage from bow blocks was enough to make him low enough. So right now they did their job there. But Taco getting so aggressive here on this Cypher lurk. And he's already in their spawn. But Zayden, he's traded positions with them. Oh, looking to take the spike down, but the triple click wasn't enough. And right now, awkward positions across the board. But Taco has the win con in this round right now. And they may not even need it as Rekips lands 2 of his own. Headshots coming on through. But the ghost of Any answering the questions.
They're not ready. Dizzy's up top.
And this is a round much needed. You can feel the pressure. You can see it in the way he's clearing these corners. Trying to go around this quickly, aware of both angles now. Paranoia does come through. He's looking for the kill there. It's labored from both sides. But the crossfire comes through, and the support from his teammate is enough. And that secures the pistol for Nexus. Man. And this is where you're going to have to see a game plan change for the side of Operatives. And that's what's so exciting about Valorant. The variables and the change of pace so often. And we've seen it almost every round now.
Cage triggered.
And there it is. Set up over here towards the main position. The 0 point to come through, but lands on the bow blocks, and there's the window of opportunity. Asa blast packing onto the site, ready to be the tip of the spear here. Paint shells to deny the early retake. They know the close range guns exist on the side of operatives, so they're trying to mitigate all of the space going into this. And he tries to get ahead of that one, but it wasn't enough. Classic in hand, but Asa still a threat at the angle. Going for the shots here, and it does land. And right now, the rest of the engagement is over here towards Market. Taco moving on to the angle, and there it is. And he's having a damn game right now. Taco's just running around with it. You can see the confidence. The Cypher top frag. And this is his first game into the series, too. With that tech pause, he had enough time to warm up, but that warm up did wonders for him. Subbing out for Bando there.
Here. Shutting them down.
In round 15.
Suppressed.
Early 0 point gonna mitigate. Any sort of pushes here, as we've seen a lot of those this game. But Hoopa, some early control up here towards mid. And there it is. Flashbang comes right on through. And the hit right now is through the defender spawn of mid. But he's not aware of it. He's still able to turn around and get that kill there. An insanely strong position for the side of Nexus going into it. But the kills are just going 1v1s across the board. And it's going in the favor of Nexus. As I say that, Taco goes down, but Rekips with the quick recovery there. And right now, it's looking like a pretty dominant map for Nexus. And Operatives, they had answers early into this game. They did. But I talked about it in Agent Select. This comp with the Phoenix Rays, it's going to be very difficult. And they only got 5 on attack. You want to get a lot more rounds on attack with that kind of comp. You've got Phoenix Rays Gecko there. They needed to recover at least 7, in my opinion, to make this a more comfortable map from them. So they're trying to play defense with the comp that should have won them more attack rounds. It makes it much harder there. A missed flashbang there on their side. And as the trades come through, Zayden playing around the angle right now. Still trying to do the damage, and all he needs is at least 1 here. Flashbang does come through, dodges it there, and goes for the spam. And right now, gonna recover. He's done his job, and that pulls off the rotations here. That's what you need to see from Operatives here, and there it is. Bow blocks coming on to the angle. Headshot does land. And right now, second onto the board, and Operatives still looking to make a go of this one.
We know more than we did before.
And this is to stay out of LCQ territory. 4 more rounds to make that look more possible. To get it to that tie map.
That goes there. This goes here. Yes.
And we're moving into round 17 here.
There.
Very tall task at hand. This time, very aggressive tripwires. 0 point coming through to deny that. And you see the fake presence here as well. Right now, the spike outside of B main. So the hit presumably coming towards here. But right now, once again, you see them trying to take the position over towards spawn here. But this time, it's Hoopa taking that position. And right now, the gun switch. And that's what loses him that fight right there. And they have to deal with the Cypher presence. And they can't. Bowblock's still alive on this site. And the headshot finding another one. Neural Theft to come through, and Rekips going down through the smoke there to breathe. And Taco left by his lonesome. And this is the kind of round and clapback you need to see from the side of Operatives. And Taco left in 1v3 here. The peek to come through the one-way there. Okay. Some damage done. He has 40 seconds left on the clock, and right now 2 are low. So
Shadows traveling.
another one way to come through here.
30 seconds left.
And this is so confident from Taco. Just standing in the one bay there. Is Aiden gonna finish it off there? And that's it. 7th on the board for Operatives. And the clapback is looking a lot more real now. as you look at the scoreboard here, the economy is incredibly
This goes here.
shaky for the side of Nexus. So another window of opportunity for operatives to open this one up with the gun advantage.
Yes, this should do.
And the stack here for the side of operatives. A bit of a read too. They know Nexus like to change up the game plan every other round. And the Thrash even to come through to confirm it too. And right now, we have to see the follow-up though. Thrash lands onto him and Breathe is coming through on the angle. And right now, Hoop is the only person here that can help him. Doesn't come through, and at the same time, they're pressuring mid tiles. But Rekips wins that fight. And all of a sudden, it looks dangerous for operatives, but Boblox opening this one up. He's aware of the possibility of a second one here, and right now it's Taco. And the hit is coming towards B here, but Boblox is able to open up with another one. He's not aware of Taco's positioning. The shots are labored, almost gives him the opportunity to land that kill, but he doesn't. Neural Theft to come through to confirm the positionings here, and right now, it's Annie and Breathe left into this clutch. And if there's a clutch they need, it's this one. Rekips posted onto the angle, gonna punish him there off the swing, and 4 on the round for Rekips, looking for the ace right now. And the Thrash to come through towards main. They're not aware of this positioning. Right now, Taco, the difference maker, able to catch this one off guard. But right now, Breathe peeking into the crosshair of Rekips and confirming the ace. 11 on the board for Nexus, and only 2 rounds away from shutting operatives out of the playoffs. It's becoming a lot more real now. And I bet they're feeling it.
This goes here.
And a bit of a different look here by Nexus. You can see him looking for the cam. And a very early showstopper to come through here. And so far, not a single answer on the side of operatives. And the showstopper still lands too. So dangerous there, and the spam almost lands onto him. He takes one down, but Taco getting the trade across the map just makes it even worse. And the run it back, presumably going to be invested into this round. This is a round much needed right now. Showstopper coming right on through. But there's 4 posted up in main on the side of Nexus. All he needs to do is shoot it towards the left side, but he doesn't. And that just gives them the opportunity. But Hoopa left in the corner here, and that's the difference maker. And right now, the kill's going on their side. The body's dropping for operatives, and that's 12 on the board for Nexus, and 1 round away from shutting operatives out of the playoffs. The LCQ has operatives' name all over it right now. It would be the only one confirmed so far in the tournament. And Nexus are the ones that can make it happen. And this is exactly why you have this timeout coming in from Zayden. Man.
Here. Here.
And the game has felt so quick too. Every round, there were quick engagements. At least 90% of these rounds, we had an engagement happening within like the first 10 seconds of the round. I would go as far as to even say 5 seconds, but that might be a bit much. And in this timeout right now, a little bit of insight. You can see the pings coming through. So it looks like they're trying to figure out a set strat here. Operatives really going back to the drawing board into this game right now because they're gonna wait. They're gonna need to win the next 5 rounds if they want to stay in this series and go to a 3rd map, and that would be Icebox too. And the Icebox wasn't looking so good for Nexus yesterday. So if operatives can, pull this win off, they could be going up against a weak Nexus on Icebox. And that's music to their ears. That's what you'd want. Flash gonna come through and early run it back with the judge in hand. And right now, looking for the kill to land. The shots are very labored, very chaotic on the side. And at the same time, This mid space is being taken, and there it is. The Dizzy to come through, and Taco looking for a kill there. And it's not coming through, and right now, there it is. There's the kill. Looking for another. It doesn't go his way, but right now, Hoopa, he's in this forward position. Able to land the first one in the head. Glitch from Breathe. Lands onto the second one, and right now, it's series point. Operatives with only 2 left standing on series point are going to have to make this one happen. Spike is down, so there's a lot of time to work with this one here. But there it is. That's it. The operator lands, going for a second one there. And right now, Breathe getting that trade. It's going to come through, but it's not enough. And there it is. NEXUS taking it away. Stealing any chances from Operatives to come back into it. And it was just enough there on Sunset. And NEXUS, I mean, honestly, they dodged a bullet because their Icebox looked so bad against Zeta. I would have been nervous if Operatives were able to come into a third map here. Because that's the map we were going to. And it was so dangerous on their side. Man. And Rekip's coming out with a very silent once again. And this is a second match MVP for him in this series. So you can tell the confidence was there for him as a player and as an initiator. I mean, the supportive utility was great. He was there, ready for his duelist at every single angle. And even Taco, he came into this. This was his first game in the series, and he came into it with confidence. He was ready for the gunfights. And you saw such aggressive lurks towards mid, towards B, towards A, you name it. And Operatives every single round had to take account of that positioning. And that's the kind of juxtaposition we like to see in the Sentinels, especially the way they creatively express themselves. A lot of times you see that slower roll, but this time Taco taking it much faster in the pace was just forcing, bodies to stay stacked on site for the side of Operatives, especially when they were on defense. And it became so difficult. With that being said, folks, I mean, NEXUS looking really good in this series. Taking that one away. Operatives, I mean, they looked a lot better than last time. I will say that was an improvement, but it just wasn't enough to take them across the finish line. And it looks like LCQ is just about guaranteed there for Operatives.